We welcome you to this broadcast of Varsity Football on NKTelco Sports. We are at Minster Stadium at Marion Local High School, where the Minster Wildcats are in town to take on Marion Local Flyers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Winners Quality Meats, and NKTelco. Welcome, everybody. My name is Scott Fry. To my right, I've got my friend AJ Lisi. He's going to cover color and stats, and it is week 3 of the football season, and it's the MAC opener. Marion Local hosting tonight. They come in 2-0, and the Minster Wildcats come in on a split success, 1-1. They drop their first game of the year to their Route 66 rival, the Fort Loramie Redskins, 39-27. 39-27. And last week they came out victorious over Graham, 27-13. And the Wildcats have been a second-half ball team this year. They scored 20 points in the fourth quarter to rally to beat Graham, and that broke a 9-game losing streak for the Wildcats under second-year coach Seth Whiting. Brogan Steffi netted 104 yards, but he ran for a lot more than that. Unfortunately, he took a lot of sack yardage in the first half. But once the Minster run game got going, it was all said and done as the Wildcats come out there with a big victory and a lot of computer points possibly if Graham can go on to win a few games, AJ, because they are a Division IV school, whereas Minster's D7. So let's talk for a minute. Tell us a little bit about Marion Local and their season.
Well, what can you say about Marion Local? I mean, Division 7 state champs. They're 2-0 right out of the gate. They're 2-0. I mean, they've played Macomb team that is usually a pretty good team. Really took it to them last week, 42-0. But I think the game that really showed who they were was in week 1 against Wapakoneta. Tim Godwin, I mean, he pretty much said that first half right there, they got pretty much manhandled on both sides of the ball in the first half, and it was a 7-7 tie. I'll tell you what, I mean, the quarterback's going to be a key because he had a nice game last week. I mean, he's really starting to come into his own as far as taking over for a kid, the Oddie kid.
Peyton Oddie,
Yeah, Peyton Oddie, that he was their go-to guy last year.
Everything went through him on offense.
He was the reason why they won the state title last year. But I'll tell you what, Tate Hess is going to be a key in this game to see how much progress he makes as far as the quarterback for Marion Local.
Absolutely, and he is off to a good start, as you mentioned, AJ. 2-0 on the campaign, and again, normally a very close matchup when the Flyers and the Macomb Panthers get together. That has been in years past kind of a preview of a Division 7 state semifinal game, but of course Marion Local now is up a division in D6, so we'll see how that goes. But at any rate, tonight it's MAC Week 1, Week 3 football. The Minster Wildcats in town to take on the Marion Local Flyers, and when we come back, we're going to have the opening kickoff, starting lineups, and 3 keys to the game. So sit back and enjoy the game. Thanks for joining us. Once again, Minster visits Marion Local on NKTelco Sports.
Households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get NKTelco high-speed internet with speeds up to 1 gig. Call 1-888-NKTelco today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course. It's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Welcome back to Booster Stadium. It's a beautiful night for football. What a great time to be alive, AJ. This time of year, we've got volleyball in full swing. The runners are out running the cross-country courses. And, of course, Friday Night Lights. And it is the opening week of the Midwest Athletic Conference. Scott Fry with you here. AJ Lisi to my right. And we got a good one. The 119 rivalry here as Minster comes to town. And we talked in the opening about records. Minster coming in at 1-1. Marion local, business as usual, 2-0. Interesting to note, you mentioned they are the Division 7 reigning state champions, defending state champs. However, they will not get a chance to defend that crown this year because OHSA does those annual, stacking of the divisions and so forth, and Marion Local is now up in D6. But interesting to note, Tim Goodwin and company are on an 18-game win streak. Their last loss was in the regional final to another MAC school back in 2020 on New Bremen's way to their first ever state title in football.
I was there.
Yeah. That was a good one. Block punt, block field goal.
Yep.
Right here at Booster Stadium. But tonight it's game time here. Kind of a rivalry, if you will. I know the programs are headed in different directions. This is Coach Whiting's second year, and he is implementing his philosophy, his way of doing things. And Minster had a tough time last year at 1-9, but they've got that ship kind of righted with a big win last week against Division 4 Graham, and now they're looking to see what they can do against Marion Local here. It looks like Minster's going to go ahead and kick off. Well, let's talk for a minute about the keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. AJ, tell us a little bit about the Minster Wildcats' keys to a victory.
Well, you got to look at the line of scrimmage. I mean, that is a big focal point for Marion Local, but Minster's got to win that line of scrimmage because they're big. I mean, both sides of the ball, they're big. Yep. Keep the Flyer offense off the field. Yeah, I mean, Tate Hess is on a roll right now. You got Kyle Oddie, you got Darren Meyer back there. You need to keep them off the field and no turnovers.
Absolutely. And so the kickoff, and we are underway. Ball crosses the 20 out to about the 25. Minster did a nice job there of reining in that kick returner, and that was Nathan Busher, the senior wideout and safety. And so let's talk for a minute about the Emerson Climate Technology starters, and we'll go on the Marion Local side of the ball. We'll take the guys up front here making holes. The offensive line, left tackle will be number 56, Jake Top. Left guard, 68, Shane Fleck. Center, 77, Mason Rose. Right guard, 51, Adam Winter. And right tackle, 59, Kyle Ungren. Your tight end, 33, Bruns. And we get back to pass. We got a man behind the defense. That's Busher, and he's connected, and he is going to get big first down yardage for the Flyers down inside the 25 to about the 22. So, boy, oh boy, nice start to the game. And we had a little change there at quarterback. I didn't see how Oddie got the ball. I'm going to guess it was a halfback pass.
Yeah, it was a halfback pass. Darren Meyer did a nice job looking for Busher, and he just took off. And, Minster was not prepared. Way to go, Tim Goodwin on the
little razzle-dazzle there.
Exactly.
A little toss to the halfback and a pass down the field. Thanks to Winter's Quality Meats for that replay. They'll be handling that all season long. And now the give is to Drew Louse, and he's going to go around the left side. And Minster limits that to about a 3-yard gain to finish up with the Marion Local starters. Tight end 33, Connor Bruns. Wide receiver, you saw in that big play, Nate Busher. Quarterback tonight, Tate Hess. His first year as the varsity signal caller. And the running back you saw just there, Drew Louse. Also in at back, 24, Darren Meyer. And then the other back, another Oddie, number 25. He had that big first down completion. So Marion Local now in the shotgun, Hess, and he's got Darren Meyer off his right hip. And he's going to keep it. Little option. Got a double back run. He's got space. He's down inside the 5, down near the goal line. And boy, oh boy, the inside run game was a key to the game for the Flyers. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But boy, it's working right now, AJ.
Yeah, it was a nice read. I mean, he did a nice job looking what the defense was giving him and saw a hole and took it. And, hey, first and goal for Marion Local.
And he had two options there. You saw Louse kind of loop around behind him, number 34. Now we're going to get a straight I formation. This is going to be kind of their goal line short down and distance package. Hess will get up under center. And here we go, the Flyers on the doorstep, and first man up, that's Darren Meyer. He's going to bull his way in, and that is a touchdown Flyers, as you see the indication there from the far side judge. And just like that, boom, 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 the Flyers in business. They go about 75 yards. Here's the Winners Meats replay that touchdown.
Yeah, it's pretty much a gut play by Darren Meyer. He goes right in. Touchdown, Marion Local.
So with 10:20 to go here, the Flyers on the board and on to kick the extra point. This is Carson Bills, number 11. Bills is a sophomore. To hold will be Carter Jones, a junior wide receiver, defensive back. Sure-handed young man, I'm sure. And just like that, the last thing you really wanted if you're Coach Whiting in the Wildcats is a Flyer drive for a score. And with a minute 40 off the clock, AJ, just like that, the Flyers are on the board.
Yeah, I mean, that set it up right there, the razzle-dazzle. Pretty much trickery that Marion Local decided to go first play of the game, and it worked. 52-yard pass play that set up that touchdown.
So 3 first downs on that drive, and just like that, they go about, I think that drive started at the 26.
25.
25, yep.
Yeah.
So they go 75 yards in, what, 4 plays? 3 plays? Yep.
4 plays, 75. And a minute and 40.
So now Marion Local is going to go ahead and kick things off to the Wildcats.
Boy, I hope it's that easy for the Buckeyes tomorrow night.
Right? Yeah, big one. In Columbus to open the college season. Buckeyes got a 17-point spread to cover against Notre Dame. So we'll find out right out of the gate here, AJ, what kind of defense the Buckeyes have. I think that's probably the biggest question mark for them in the offseason, the change to coordinator. Their new coordinator and some personnel changes. So the offense is, they're expected to be top offense in the country, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
So Carson Bills now set to kick things off for the Flyers. They're up 7-0. And this one is fielded inside the 5. That is Connor Schmeezing. He's going to go up the right side. And he barely makes to the 20. I'm not even sure he got there.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And so Seth Whiting and company now in business as the Wildcats get their first opportunity on offense. And the Emerson Climate Technologies starters, we'll talk through them just a little bit. Connor Schmeezing, number 1 tonight, is a wide receiver. Also wide receiver, senior Devin Webker. And then you will also see James Niemeyer, a sophomore wide receiver, throwing the ball tonight. Brogan Steffi wearing jersey number 12. Their sophomore standout quarterback had a big night on the ground last week running the ball. And he's going to design run right up the middle, finds a seam. Gain of about 4 before the defense brings him down. Let's talk a little bit about some more Minster starters. Will Frimmel, you'll see him in at running back. He wears jersey number 33. Up front, you're going to see number 50, Ian Homan. At right guard, the center, 55, Keaton Sharp. Left guard, 72, Chad Schulze. Left tackle, 74, Fletcher Luthman. And number 76, Nick Winter, your right guard. So thanks to Emerson Climate Technologies for your starting lineups on each side. After this play, we'll talk about the Minster keys to the game. And you're going to get Frimmel right up, that's going to be Justin Bergman right up the middle. So Justin Bergman picks up about 5, leaving 3rd and 1. And he's wearing jersey 25. Last week he was 27. As we had Minster and Graham.
You got to throw him off somehow.
That's right.
It's Marion Local.
So Minster likes to run everything out of shotgun, kind of a shotgun wing tee. You'll see pistol formation there with the back off the hip. That gives the quarterback options. And Steffi's going to have very close to first down yardage. Got great camera work there. We'll see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, it looks like it from here. I mean, I'm kind of old and we are far away, but boy, that does look like first down yardage, AJ.
Yeah, right. So far, right now, Minster's doing a good job getting those holes. I mean, I think they're really pushing Marion Local back a little bit. I mean, three plays right there, they've gotten 10 yards. That's a first down. That's what we want from as far as the game goes.
You saw coming on the field there for Marion Local, number 33, Connor Bruns, tight end on offense, defensive end, 6'3", 225. Big boy. And there you see the officials. Let me give you the rundown of who our crew is tonight, but our referee gives the first down signal. So your referee is Troy Newsom, the umpire Bruce Barn, linesman Stephen Abbott, line judge is Jim Borgia, and the back judge, Ryan Fleece. So we thank them for their work tonight. That's one thing that's been a topic of discussion, AJ, is the number of officials available.
And moving games around to accommodate.
So 4 guys in the formation as the give is to Justin Bergman up the middle, and the Marion defense in there very quickly to shut that down. Number 52 on the stop. That is, 62. That is Simon Partington.
Yeah, they shut that hole down pretty quick right there on the dive play. And yeah, they weren't going anywhere.
So now Minster with 2nd down and 8. Be curious to see if they have Steffi air it out. He had some success last week against Graham going up the sideline. You mentioned you saw that also when Minster scrimmaged Walpole. And that would be to James Niemeyer, number 16, the sophomore receiver. And the give again is to Bergman with some forward yardage. And that's going to bring up about 3rd and 5. So maybe 3 on the play. So let's see what Coach Whiting dials up now.
Yeah, watch that outplay. I think that was one thing that was successful against Walpole, is Niemeyer going out for about 5-6 yards on the outplay and making that completion. And that really got their offense going against Walpole in their scrimmage, and it was nice to see.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit about Marion Local's defensive starters. Number 30, defensive end Nick Ranley. 36, nose tackle Simon Partington. Defensive end 33, Connor Bruns. Linebacker Drew Seitz, 28. Linebacker 14, Landon Arling. Here's the give, and he pulls it back out. A little swing pass to Kaus. He catches it, and he's going to try to make something happen. He drops it, but I think Minster fell on that. They may end up getting 1st down yardage.
Yeah, that's going to be recovered, and 1st down Minster.
Looked like their lineman. Let's check out the Winners Quality Meets replay here. You'll see the swing pass, little fake handoff inside. Kaus has it, and right there you see it come out, and sure enough, Minster's on it. Looked like Connor Schmeezing was first man on it, but also there to help out was number 50, Ian Holman. So 1st down Wildcats, a little good fortune, and sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah.
You see Schmeezing in the slot, Niemeyer wide right, and now Bergman up the middle, and very tough running up there again as Partington, Simon Partington with the stop, the junior, number 62.
Yeah, they've had some success up the middle of this drive, but I'll tell you what, the way to open that middle up is maybe trying a little outside run.
Yeah,
I mean,
stretch them out a little bit, make them respect it.
Stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah, Minster likes to run Chase Kaus, number 15, in the jet sweep now and then. So maybe we will see that. 2 receivers in the one on either side, and now you've got Frimmel, number 33, and he's going to go out into a pass pattern. Here goes Steffi rolling right, got some pressure, and his pass intended for number 24, Brady Wolf, the tight end, is incomplete.
Oh, another Wolf.
Another Wolf. I think this might be the last of the Wolves.
Yeah.
Or maybe even when it's a last name, maybe it's still Wolves.
Yeah.
There's a good shot of Coach Whiting, Seth Whiting, in his 2nd year at the helm. 2 storied football programs here. Another interesting note about the Marion Local Flyers is they are now all alone atop the state record books with the number of football state titles, 12 atop the...
Wow.
I believe it was Cleveland St. Edward they were tied with for 11, and last year's state title puts them in literal rarefied air. They are the only school in OHSAA with 12 football state titles, and now Steffi going to get downfield, and he's got his man right at the 50, and that is Devin Webker, and he's going to be about a yard short, and it's not going to surprise me if Coach Whiting decides to go for it here at 4th and 1. Up against an explosive offense.
Yeah,
they need to keep that offense off the field. You saw what they could do.
Exactly.
And it does appear that Coach Whiting is going to want to look at a big 4th down here on this opening drive for the Wildcats.
Watch the quarterback. He's done a nice job reading and finding that hole for a few yards. So watch for a little quarterback sneak here.
He had a nice season last year, and I expect this is going to be more of a air quote breakout year. But team's got film on him. You called it. There goes Steffi, and I think that Marion Local shut him down right off the jump. That had no chance as the Flyers plugged that hole, and it looked like, again, Partington, 62. Simon Partington had a very busy defensive series there. So the Flyers come off with the stop, and they will take over on downs. 1st and 10 now. Let's talk a little bit about some Minster starting defenders. And again, anytime we talk about starters, we got to thank Emerson Climate Technologies. Before we do that, let's go ahead. Keyhole Pizza, Marion Local Flyers, keys to the game here for a win.
Coach Goodwin wants to get off to a better start. They've started out slow these last 2 games. He wants to get out real quick, and that first drive showed it.
Check.
Established their inside run game. I mean, they got some good runs in that drive too, and then limit quarterback run. They're looking at that quarterback for Minster and trying to limit what he can do.
Absolutely, and that's a key. And Minster's a little bit one-dimensional that way. That definitely the best strength of their offense is that run game with Steffi. So if you can shut him down, and we saw that in the first half against Graham, when they were able to keep him in the pocket, they got 4 sacks in that first half. He has a tendency to panic just a little bit. Again, just a sophomore,
right?
And so if they can contain that and keep him inside the tackles, they will be in good shape on defense. As you see there, Tate Hess now going to go out to the slot on the left side, and in at quarterback.
Here's our Wildcat formation here.
Here's your Wildcat. Exactly right. Good call. And then they're going to hand it off out of the Wildcat. Wow. This is Laus, and he's going to follow the edge there with Sealed. And 2 plays, both for over 10 yards on the ground as Marion Local getting it done at the point of attack. This time Meyer hands off to Drew Laus, the sophomore, 6 foot 180. That number 34 is a sophomore, AJ.
Wow.
And he did a nice job. He had a good seal block there. Darren Meyer on the left end kept that corner for him. And just like that, 2 runs and 2 first downs for the Flyers.
Yeah, and that's one thing you got to watch with Kyle Oddie. He'll run the ball. You might see a jet sweep at him, but he runs that Wildcat. You never know if he's going to hand it off or take it himself.
He can throw, as you saw on that long pass.
It threw Wapak off there in that second half, and that led them to that victory in week 1.
Here goes Laus now. This time Minster's not having it as they bring a extra defensive back. That is Caleb Sharp, actually linebacker. My apologies. Caleb Sharp in there getting the start for the Minster defense. Let's talk a little bit about them. Number 1, Connor Schmiesing. Winners meets replay. Let's catch that real quick. Thank you for that. As you see number 6 just crashing in and shutting down that run. So nice play there for the Wildcats. So the defensive backfield for Minster consists of number 1, Connor Schmiesing at safety. Number 3, corner, Devin Whipker. You'll also see James Niemeyer out at corner. Short run for Darren Meyer there off the left side. Brings up 3rd down and long. So now Minster's getting the Flyers where they want them on defense.
Yeah, this is what we want. They need to do a lot of these 3rd and longs because that really stops this Marion Local offense from getting that momentum.
Absolutely. In at linebacker for Minster, number 6, Caleb Sharp. Number 57, James Bayline. Is again the Wildcat. Here comes Laus across the formation. They give it to him. He cuts inside the block this time. Minster does a nice job of keeping contained, and they're going to hold him up, and I'm sure down here inside the 15, Coach Goodwin. And here comes the big tight end, number 33, Connor Bruns. I'm sure Coach Goodwin's going to want to go for it here with 4th and 3, especially the way the guys up front have been making holes.
That's a 4th and a long 3, so.
Sure is. So showing some confidence. They go into their I formation. 1 receiver out to the left. That's Nathan Busher, number 5. And here we go now. The Flyers with the toss to Oddie. And Minster blowing it up. Nice play, Devin Webker getting off of his block. He comes up and blows that up. So the Minster Wildcat defense slams the door. Here's winner quality meets replay.
Yeah, you look at the defensive end right here. Even the outside linebacker, nice containment. Really just stood at home and right there. Bounced off their block, and that's a big 4th down play.
Big time play deep in their own end. Minster comes up. Noah Sweeterman, number 14, also in there helping out on that play for the Wildcats. So 2:32 to go here in the first. Marion Local on that opening drive. Bing, bang, boom. They score quickly, but here on the second drive, the Minster defense holds. And they have it 1st and 10. You'll see Brogan Steffi now with Bergman behind him. That's Justin Bergman. And then you got Frimmel up behind the left offensive line. Frimmel stays in the block this time. Now Brogy going down the sideline. Kaus makes a nice adjustment on the ball, a little underthrown. Minster fans looking for some contact over there, not going to get it. As Tate Hess was in coverage.
That was close, but I'll tell you what, it was a good job. If he didn't turn around to look for the ball, I think they would have called it. But he did a nice job turning around and seeing where that ball is, and it's an incomplete pass.
Absolutely. Just like to let you know that we are delighted NKTelco Sports and our sponsors, delighted to be able to bring you these games, replays of this high school varsity action. You're watching it tonight, right now, 11 p.m., I'm sure, but you can also see it again Tuesday, September 13th at 5 p.m. You can watch all of our games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. And we love our sponsors because they are who make this possible. We can bring all this high school sports action, and the Minster defense inside, not fooled that time. They are all over number 12 as he runs for no gain. Maybe even a loss, 3rd down and 11. So this is a tough spot to be in here, AJ, if you're Minster.
Yeah, that was a tough play right there. But I'll tell you what, Marion Local did a nice job, really. And they came on the blitz and really just blew up that line and really gave nothing to the offense for Minster.
Nothing at all, yep. Up front for Marion, you see number 80, Dan Bruns. He's senior wide receiver D-end. Again, Simon Partington. And then left end, number 28, Drew Seitz. And here they come, Brogan. Steffi rolls out to his right, looking downfield. Very patient, he finds his man. That is his senior, Devin Webker. And that's going to be a big Wildcat first down. So Steffi doing a nice job buying some time with his legs. And Devin Webker works his way across the formation downfield. And you've got a Minster first down.
Yeah, once again, nice play. A 23-yard play right here. Watch Webker. He just runs an out pattern, pretty much 15-yard out pattern. Boom, right there. Nice job. Get some extra yards and a first down for Minster.
Got just enough separation there in front of Carson Bills to get that first down yardage. So now Minster lives with a fresh set of downs and a little breathing room now as they are out to their 33. And Steffi now with Frimmel off his right hip. Bergman right behind him, that little cluster formation in the offensive backfield. Bergman with it, and he's going to find a little seam to gain forward momentum. Maybe 3 yards there, AJ. In on the stop there for Marion, Landon Arling, the linebacker, number 14. And here he comes off the field.
Still positive yards. They got 4 yards right there.
Yep.
Really attacking that middle of the Marion Local defense. They really done a good job.
Minster's executing what they do well. And one of the things, talking with Coach Whiting before tonight's contest, he said, we really need to come out and play a good first half of football, which is absolutely the case against a team that can score like we saw there. And they're doing just that as far as their offense moving the ball. But they definitely want to get some points up as Steffi pulls it down and keeps it. In Marion this time, nice job of snuffing it out as Simon Partington, number 62, just devours the sophomore signal caller.
Yeah, they tried that jet sweep, and I'll tell you what, the quarterback thought he saw something, saw a hole, right. But I'll tell you what, Marion Local did a nice job collapsing in on that and really gave him nothing.
So we're going to bring this first quarter to its conclusion. And so far, after one in this MAC conference play opener, the Marion Local Flyers hold serve. They're up 7-0 here on NKTelco Sports.
Notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Welcome back to Booster Stadium. As you see, we flip directions because it is the second stanza in the Marion Local Flyers here at home at Booster Stadium. So many great games been played here. So many big 50-50 payouts, especially when Coldwater comes to town later in the year. Great place to watch high school football. Couse in motion now, a little delay handoff. And I didn't get the number. I think that was Connor Smeezing, number 1, the sophomore receiver. And he'll be fortunate if they give him the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was kind of a jailbreak blitz there by Marion Local. And I'll tell you what, they got through, and Minster was going nowhere.
Ethan Heitkamp, number 46, in there on the stop. Also number 56, Jake Top, causing issues. So Marion Local gave up that fourth down, or didn't convert, on their fourth down try deep in Minster territory, and now Minster, with their own fourth down, going to go for it here as Steffi has one back off his left hip. Niemeyer with isolation out there on Carter Jones. Interesting to watch that. And now we're going to get a precision strip timeout called by the Wildcats. And we'll go ahead and keep it here. I want to talk a little bit about Week 3 MAC matchups, AJ. Good slate of games. Coldwater heads to Baron Brugge Park in Fort Recovery. And if one of life's pleasures, AJ, if you ever are fortunate enough to be out there on chili night, that's a good thing.
I like me some chili.
Yeah, they do it right out there in Baron Brugge Fort Recovery. But the Indians they had a nice win against Urbana last week. They dropped their opener, and they are 1-1, looking to bounce back, and they've got a tall task as Coldwater comes in 2-0. The New Bremen Cardinals at 2-0 travel up to Rockford to play in the Pine Trees with the Parkway Panthers, who come in at 1-1. Parkway with a win last week.
Parkway's an interesting. I was looking at some stats on them. They got a nice offense up there.
They do. Their run game is big time.
Yes. Yeah. So that might be a nice matchup to see.
Should be a good ball game. Those two particular programs tend to play each other pretty closely. Oftentimes an offensive shootout with those two schools. So it'll be curious to see how things go for Coach Schmidt up there at Parkway. St. Henry travels east to Anna into Shelby County. Anna dropped their game last week against Brookville, 46-14, and uncharacteristic. Normally Anna handles that one, but they dropped one to Brookville. So be curious to see how St. Henry does. St. Henry last week dropped one to Archibald, that's a good football team up there, Williams County, Northwest Ohio. Of course, we got Minster, Marion Local, and then St. John's makes the long drive down to the defending D5 state champs Versailles Tigers. And nice tackle in the backfield as Meyer gets the ball. Darren Meyer, number 24, in there for the Wildcats. I believe that was Gabe Bornhorst.
Yeah, he was in there pretty quick.
Here it is on the replay. It's actually James Bainline, 57. There you see he gets off his block and takes Meyer down in the backfield. So gain of 1 actually for that. But nice play there by Bainline. His older brother, August Bainline, a standout on defense for the Wildcats. So now Hess back to pass. Looking, good coverage, good blocking, decides to tuck it. And Minster loses contain. Boy, I'll tell you, he is kind of a loping runner, isn't he? Big kid. 6'2", 165. The senior gets around the corner. And big first down yardage as the Wildcat defensive backfield did a nice job. But up front, they lost contain, and Hess made him pay.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little faster than what I thought he was. I mean, he came out of there, but when he hit that stride, he took off.
Yeah.
Nice 17-yard gain.
Yep, absolutely. 6'2", got long legs. And he, once he got around that corner, nice play. So Hess now going to line up in the slot. Nice to have these options if you're Coach Goodwin, as Adi waits. You get that jet motion look. And now they give to Meyer up the right side. Lots of room, AJ. I think you and I could walk through that hole.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be very, very close to a Flyer first down, and they're going to wave the chains forward. So, boy, big chunk play right there for the Flyers. That Wildcat deal has worked well. They've handed it off a couple times to Laus.
Yep.
And they've also run up the gut there, as you see. And now we go back to Hess in the shotgun with Meyer behind him.
You just have so many options out of that, especially he throws you off with Kyle Otte being in the backfield.
There's a lot to deal with on defense when they've got that. And now Meyer's going to try and pick his way. They hold him up at the line, but he ends up digging, keeping those legs moving. And Sharp, number 6 there, Caleb Sharp, saves a touchdown as he ran through several Minster defenders. Good to see for the Wildcats, number 51, Gabe Bornhorst. Key component, 5'10", 200 pounds at linebacker, an important player. He was out last week for Seth Whiting's Wildcats, so good to see him getting some snaps this week. So Marion now is 2nd down and 4. They're just inside the Minster 40. Thanks for joining us. Scott Fry, AJ Lisi here with your MAC Week 1 conference opener. And here's that Wildcat. This is Adi up the left side. And, boy, nice job. Nice job. I'll tell you, Devin Webker on the right defensive end position there for the Wildcats doing a nice job. Made some good plays there. They got positive yardage, but, again, when that offense spreads like that and a kid like Adi gets the ball, it could be dangerous.
And that's what we're talking about. With this Wildcat, he's done 3 things out of that Wildcat, and this is the 3rd thing. But Minster did a good job containing Adi, thinking what he was doing. And
what we haven't seen him do yet out of the Wildcat is drop back and pass. Now, we saw him pass off on a halfback, like a toss pass, but here he is now in the Wildcat. Hess will go out in the shotgun. Comes Laus, and they'll fake the jet, little inside handoff. And Meyer picks his way, does a nice job of being patient. And there's another Flyer first down as they're down to the Minster 26. So, boy, oh boy, good hole making there by the road graders of the Flyers, and the run game is on.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice 11-yard run right there. But once again, you just don't know. I mean, is Meyer going to run that? Is number 34 going to get the jet sweep? I mean, it's really throwing Minster off right now.
Sure is. You see Adam Eifert, the senior tight end, number 2 there, sealing on that edge. When you get blocking like that, so nice. Here comes Meyer again now. Ooh. And this time Minster does a good job of collapsing on that. As you see Charlie Schmiesing, number 81, the junior D end, in on the stop there after a gain of about 4.
Yeah.
So Meyer will come out. In comes Nathan Busher, the senior wideout, number 5. He'll bring in the play. So we'll get 2 receivers out now, 2 backs, number 20, Victor Holscher, and number 25, Kyle Adi right. Tight end, number 2, Jones left, Busher. Now we're going to get a little option. Hess decides to keep it, takes it up inside, and, man, makes a nice play. He'll be just, that's going to be enough for another Flyer first down. At first I thought that was going to be short just from the angle. But nice play there by Hess, reading that defense, being patient. He had that trailing back.
Yeah, I mean, he does a good job reading. He's really impressed me from watching Wade. First-year quarterback, he's got the tools.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, with Marion Local, if you got a little bit of tools, you're going to be state champs once again.
Well, I'll tell you, the thing with Marion Local football is they're never not prepared. Fundamentally very, very sound. They block and tackle like as good as anybody. But I'm just enjoying the options that Coach Goodwin and company have on offense with these formations and skill position players. And when you can execute on that, man, it's just tough to stop.
Well, it's just you look at it year in, year out, and you think, okay, they lost Peyton Adi last year. Well, they're not going to be very good. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Hess has really proven a lot of people wrong right now because it doesn't look like they've missed a beat.
Yeah, I got a back on either side of Hess. 2 receivers left. Now we're going to get Laus swing out for a little wheel route, swing pass. That is a backwards pass, so he's got to get on that to make sure. I can't really tell from this angle, but he smartly picks up the ball. A little awkward on the tackle there.
No gain on that.
And again, Devin Webker, number 3, with help from the linebacking core. That's 57 Bainline and 14 Noah Sweeterman, a freshman. So Minster now trying to hold Marion Local to what would be probably from this area a pretty long field goal by high school standards if they can get this 3rd down and about 7 here.
3rd down, 7.
I'd like to thank the Marion Local Flyers athletic director, Mr. Dan Koenig, and his team for their hospitality. It's always a pleasure coming to Booster Field. And another great crowd on hand. Boy, they love their sports here in Mac Country. Hess rolling left now. He's got time. Good blocking up front. He's got all day. Now he's going to go back right. He's got a man wide open. That's Busher. And just overthrows him a little bit. Man, Busher had beaten Niemeyer and was streaking to the corner of the end zone, but Hess unable again. Kind of had to throw as he was rolling in that direction.
Yeah, good look. Good coverage by Minster, but it looked like Busher had both the safety and Niemeyer beat coming across, and that's a nice throw. It's just you got to pull that down.
So Marion Local now with a decision, 4th and 7. It looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. And they're going to set up with Tate Hess, under center, that I formation. Holscher left, Busher right. Hess rolls to his right, now back, a little screen. And he's going to get inside the seam and score. So Adi finds the end zone, 4th and 7, as a perfectly executed screenplay by the Flyers puts him in the end zone with 5:34 to go before the half. It's Marion 13, Minster 0, pending the extra point try here by number 11, Carson Bills.
Yeah, that was a great setup right there. You look at the screen pass, blocking up front. Holy cow.
Boy, that was nice.
That was nice. Nice job.
Yeah, I don't even know. Here comes your... Oh, we just kind of talked through the replay. I didn't look down. Sorry about that. But you saw there, I don't think that Adi was touched. That's a clean jersey touchdown right there. It goes in upright, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 5:34 to go, the Flyers on top of Minster, 14-0 here on NKTelco Sports.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
Welcome back to Booster Stadium. You see on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard, the Marion Local Flyers hosting the Wildcats, and the Flyers up by a score of 14-0. But we've got some WBL stuff going on tonight. AJ, tell us what's going on.
Oh, we got the Route 33 rivalry.
Yeah.
You got Walpock St. Mary's. I mean, for as long as wow.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be at the 1-inch line.
Man, that's trouble. That's about the worst thing.
Oh.
And you know, easy for me to say, but if he lets that go,
yeah,
he's either at the 20 or Marion's kicking again because it's a penalty. And boy, oh boy, so right at the 1 zillimeter line, as you see across the field there, as they look to set the chains, they're going to give him the 1 yard line, but boy, here comes Marion now, and this defense going to pin their ears back. They are 63-7 thus far through a little over 9.5 quarters of football. That defense is getting it done.
Yeah.
So you know they're going to be blood in the water here, AJ.
Exactly. I mean, it's like sharks.
Yep. Good thing for Minster, though, is they've got good blocking up front, big boys, and they know how to make holes and run the football. So here we go. Steffi in his own end zone with Bergman off of his right hip. 2 receivers in the formation. Otherwise, it's a full line of scrimmage, and they're going to throw out of this. Risky play, a little bit behind Niemeyer. Breaking it up there is Carter Jones for the Flyers. So interesting call there on first down from your own 1. They opt to throw and almost connected for a first down.
Yeah, it was a nice slant pattern. I think he was just a little bit behind on the receiver, but still, I mean, yeah, you're right. That's kind of a gutsy play there.
But man, everything down here is scary because you got 1 yard to play with before you're in safety zone. And if your O-line doesn't get a good push and you try to run up the middle, to me, everything's got to be outside. Make guys go one-on-one and beat your man.
And you got to look at the penalties. I mean, holding penalty in the end zone, you're going to get called for safety there.
Yeah, that's true. So Steffi rolling again. And the ball is batted out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. In there for the Flyers, number 80. Getting it done. That is Dan Bruns, the senior D-end.
Yeah, good pressure by Marion Local. Had 3 guys there in the backfield. There was nothing they could do about that. And now you got a 3rd and long.
This is the defensive coordinator's dream right here, AJ. So 3rd and 10 now. Great opportunity here for the Flyers if they can get this stuffed and held and keep the field flipped down here, they could give themselves a short field. And you're going to get a precision strip timeout called by Minster. We'll go ahead and keep it here. You gave us that score in the WBL also tonight, playing in the WBL as they are into their second week of conference play. So Wapak is at St. Mary's, and you said Wapak's up 15-0.
15-0.
Right. Shawnee is in Salina taking on the Bulldogs. Elida at Ottawa Glandorf. That's going to be an interesting matchup. OG off to an 0-2 start. Going to be an interesting one to see there.
Elida's 2-0. They got a nice offense right now. They're really rolling. So that's going to be an interesting game.
Absolutely. Defiance makes the long drive down State Route 127 to Van Wert to take on the Cougars, who are actually defending WBL co-champs with the Wapakoneta Redskins. And then Kenton makes the long drive, because every drive they make is long in the WBL. Being over there in the capital of Hardin County, they come over and take on Lima Bath, who is 0-2.
Yeah, we saw them in week 1.
We saw them against New Bremen in week 1. Yep. So great slate of games. Like we were talking about earlier, it's just a good time to be alive. So 3rd down and 10 now as the Flyers looking to hold Minster. Minster at this point, if nothing else, let's get us some yardage to give our punter some room, as Steffi in the shotgun back to pass and unblocked, and Steffi just throws it long. Smart play right there, as he had 2 very large young men bearing down on him. Nick Randley was one of them in shirt number 30, and also back there was Dan Bruns. So Minster now going to have to punt, and they will bring out number 24, Brady Wolf, the senior tight end and punter.
Yeah, but
this is going
to give Marion Local great field position to, and this, I mean, right here's a defensive stand. This could be a make or break here in the first half.
Absolutely, this could be a turning point. So here goes Wolf. Nice job getting it off. That's going to bounce and roll. And it does, and Busher fields it at the Minster 45, makes a couple guys miss, and he is nice open field tackle there for the Wildcats. That is Connor Garrett, the senior linebacker, number 23, takes down Busher. So that could have been worse if you're Minster. At least nothing awful happened down in there. But so an unfortunate decision on kick return sets up a flipped field as the Flyers now 37 yards away from pay dirt.
Yeah, I mean, their running attack's the thing that really got this drive, the last drive. Their running attack really pretty much pushed Minster around. So let's see what they go with this drive.
All right, so Hess now at quarterback off his right hip. That's Darren Meyer. In motion is Laus. Hess to give to Meyer right in front of us here. And Minster doing a nice job of slamming the door as Will Frimmel, number 33. And number 24, Brady Wolf, you saw just punted there, holds Meyer to just a yard.
Yeah, nice job. Nice, pretty much nice containment right there on the defensive side. The defensive line's really holding their own right now.
Minster just needs a stop here. Just need a stop. You see the guys up front. Nick Winter, number 76 in the middle. Will Frimmel, the other D tackle. Now they've got Brady Wolf in at D end versus Webker. Webker playing corner. Here's the toss now to Adi. And Connor Schmeezing also gets him. Adi makes like 4 guys miss. Hits the B button, and he's going to go to the house. As Adi pulls the PlayStation move. Little spin move after making 3 or 4 guys miss. And Adi, Kyle Adi that is, puts the Flyers up, and here's your winner's quote. He needs replay, AJ.
Yeah, you just look at this. He's trying to find a spot, and you look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I saw 5 missed tackles, and that last one was the B button spin move.
I mean, they had a shot to get him in the backfield, but Adi just does a nice job of avoiding the tackle.
Nice play there for Kyle Adi. And if you're a Flyer, you got to be kind of excited because he's just a junior, so you got this season and next to watch that. And now you're going to get a point after attempt by Carson Bills. And that one is no good. So with 4:17 to go here before the halftime break, the Marion Local Flyers starting to open up a bit of a lead, 3 scores. They lead 20-0 over the Minster Wildcats here on NKTelco Sports.
Carriage Works has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
We are here and here and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Welcome back to Booster Stadium. The Flyers up 20-0 over Minster. Give you a couple of other scores from the area. Coldwater now over Fort Recovery 21-0, and New Bremen up on Parkway 21-0. So the unbeatens in the MAC so far on a mission to keep it that way as Connor Schmiesing comes up the right side and he crosses the 20. So much better kickoff result this time.
Yeah.
As Minster definitely needs to get something going here on offense with 4:12 to go before the half. A nice long drive that eats up, I don't know, 4 minutes and 12 seconds maybe?
Well, and the one thing you got to realize, Minster hasn't done a bad job moving the ball. I mean, they've had a long drive that resulted in a stop 4th down. They've had a few long drives that resulted in punts, but they've moved the ball. It's just getting that one play just to put them over the edge.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yep, Marion Locals had a good bend, don't break defense. Not surprising. And so Brogan Steffi now with Connor Schmiesing off to his left, and that's Schmiesing in motion. Steffi's going to go right up the middle, follow Will Frimmel. Tries to make a Flyer miss, but Ryan Holman, the safety number 6, gets just enough of Steffi to knock him down, but gain of 7 on 1st down. So nice start there for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it was a nice call. I thought he was going to swing it out to number 1, but I'll tell you what, he saw something, took the hole, and once again, it's 2nd and short here.
Absolutely. So 2nd down and 3, as AJ said. Niemeyer out left, and this is Devin Webker wearing number 3, closest to us. 2 backs. Frimmel's behind the left side of the line this time, and Bergman in there with, that's Schmiesing, and he gets it. And he's held up in the backfield by Seitz, and now the Flyer defense piles on. They're going to give him the line of scrimmage, but back in there was 28, Drew Seitz, the senior linebacker, on paper as a running back and a linebacker. His jam is linebacking.
Yeah.
He's such a great defender, and he slowed him up, and then the rest of the Flyer defense.
No, it's just inexperience right there. I mean, you know Marion Local's going to bring it, but to stay positive, he just needs to push that forward. I know he saw what he saw, but there was no way he was going to just push forward, get a couple of yards, and see what happens.
So 3rd down and a long 3 now for the Wildcats. Same formation. And he's going to hit Niemeyer just past the sticks. So, hey, let's get a 1st down. Let's get out of bounds. Stop the clock. So nice play there for the Wildcats to move the sticks. And they're out to the Minster 35 now. And that was, they had that all night long against Graham last week, especially late in the first half. And they ended up engineering a drive where there were probably 4 or 5 of those sideline completions to Niemeyer. Niemeyer just very good at kind of high pointing the ball and going up and getting it.
It's a good route. He did a nice job. You could pretty much like a stop and go type move. But I mean, once again, you backs off the defender, and you got some room to catch that ball.
Now Steffi, as Minster tries to set up the screen, and boy, oh boy, Tate Hess understands that play very well apparently, because he was there about the same time as the ball was, as Brady Wolf caught that, and he'll be dropped for a loss. So 2nd down 11 now for Minster, as Marion Local just snuffed that out.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for Marion Local, but not for Minster.
No, not so much. Well, when you've got your starting quarterback in at safety or corner, man, does that help, because he can recognize what's happening on the offensive side. So Minster now 4 receivers, and Bergman off of Brogie's left hip, and here comes the blitz. And they get him. Boy, nice job. He really had no chance. Marion sent more guys than Minster had to block, and Jake Topp is going to get credit for that sack, but the Marion defense all over that, and so Minster's going to have third down and Osgood to go here as they head to the south. It's 3rd and almost 20.
Yeah, that was about a loss of 7 there.
And they had lost a yard on the previous play. So on the First National Bank scoreboard, the Flyers up 20-0, 3 touchdowns. The last extra point failed. And they are in control here with 1:50 on the scoreboard. And it looks like we did have a timeout called. I'm going to guess that was called by Minster. That's a precision strip timeout. I want to thank our sponsors, Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Winners Meats, and of course NKTelco. Appreciate having all of those folks along with us, because again, without them, we'd be unable to bring you this. Also like to thank Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Sweeterman Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securecom, St. Henry Bank, and Wilson Health as well. Please patronize those local businesses. And here comes Marion with pressure. They flush Steffi to the far side.
Oh, wow.
And boy, oh boy, nice catch there by Kaus. And I don't know that he realizes how close Marion was to picking that off, but that doesn't matter because he is down to the ML20. And boy, just like that, one guy misses on a gamble on a thrown ball. And Steffi, really the key to that, as you see here on the Winners Meets replay. Watch him by time.
Yeah, he did a nice job rolling out there and just set his... pretty much just gunned it right there. I mean, the defender for Marion Local took a chance, and he lost on that one, but nice catch and big play for Minster.
Chase Kaus, the senior slot receiver kick returner, very quick down the far sideline, and just like that now, Minster down inside, or almost inside the red zone. They're at the Marion Local 21. They'll put 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bergman, the lone back. Here comes the pressure. And again, Steffi's so athletic, is able to get away from the pressure, but the pressure did its job. Seitz was out there one-on-one covering Connor Schmiesing, which is, you would think may favor Minster with a linebacker because Schmiesing's quick, but Seitz is a wonderful athlete. 6'2", 225, you see him walking back to the defensive side. Just a specimen linebacker. The senior for the Flyers right there to cover it, but the ball was thrown low. So Minster 2nd and 10. Niemeyer out left by himself. Kaus in the slot with Schmiesing. Justin Bergman off the left hip, and that is Devin Webker far right. A little hard count, and we have the first laundry of the game. Yeah. And the hard count got the offense. I thought they might have gotten Marion Local to jump. But Minster jumped. You see Steffi with that.
Yeah.
So that'll cost him 5. Stops the clock. 1:33 to go here. Minster would love nothing more than to tally here before the half because they are going to receive the opening kickoff. So if they could hang one up here and make it 27 and then come out and get to 20-14, that changes things.
Yes, it does. Nice, big confidence booster for him.
Absolutely. Especially against this defense. It's only given up a touchdown all year, and that was to the Wapak Redskins. Great opening week. Now Steffi's got a post pattern to Niemeyer. Gets through his hands as the safety rotates over Busher to help.
Nice play call, I'll tell you. That's
almost got that. It's a pretty well thrown ball as well.
Yeah, it was a nice post pattern. He had it all the way.
Nemo would have liked to have that one back, I think, because that looked like it went right through his hands.
Just a little high.
Hess was back there. Tate Hess covering James Niemeyer all night here on the offensive left side, 10 on 16. So Minster again, 3 receivers right, 1 left, same formation. And now you're going to get your 5 yards back as Marion jumps in the neutral zone. So we've been,
they're going to call on Minster. Wow.
I'm not on the field. I don't know.
Oh.
So we got a 3rd down and Osgood again here. 3rd and 20 for the Wildcats.
I thought you were right. I'll tell you, Marion Local really, they've been doing a good job getting that
discipline.
Yeah. jumping that count.
So 2 penalties on this particular drive here. After the big Minster first down, the pitch and catch to Cows got them down by the 20. Now they're out at the 31. 3rd down and 20. They got to gain the 11 to get a first down. 1:29 to go on the First National Bank scoreboard before we hit halftime. And again, same exact formation for Coach Whiting and the Wildcats. Bergman stays in the block. Nice protection this time as Marion Local drops everybody in coverage. And Brogan Steffi throws that away and takes a lick right at the end.
Ooh, that was, I'll tell you what, I think Marion Local got lucky on that, on roughing the passer there.
Yeah.
He threw that ball, and he got hit.
Yep. Sure did. So 4th down now for the Wildcats. And with 1:21 to go, ball at the Flyer 31. We're going to get a precision strip timeout. We had another score earlier. St. Henry at Anna, they were tied up at 7. Beautiful night for football. Make sure you hang around NKTelco Sports. All kinds of action. And we're back at Ohio Northern. I believe tomorrow we open up our season covering some Ohio Northern football. I'll have one of those Saturday games later in the year. Really excited to do that. The Alma, Michigan Scots come to town and take on the Polar Bears. And that's interesting because Alma, Michigan hosts a Scottish Highland Games. And it's a big deal. There's a lot of Scots. And I happen to know that because I happen to be one. Right. I'm of Scottish descent. And just happen to know they have a huge Highland Games Festival, so that must be the thing up there. So the Alma, Michigan Scots come to town, and that town is Ada, and the Ohio Northern Polar Bears will be taking them on. And I believe you're going to hear the dulcet tones of one Dave Helmstetter, the golden pipes, and then we're even going to let Michael Hearn have a microphone as they
the dean of
NKTelco Sports. Yeah, and so Steffi now's got a pass down near the end zone. Nobody really in the right place for that, so that's going to be a turnover on downs. But yeah, we're really excited to be able to work again with our friends at Ohio Northern. I believe we've also got on September 16th a volleyball match in Ada as well. 16th and 17th, as a matter of fact. Yeah, there's an invitational tournament that we'll be fortunate enough to cover. So very excited about that. I'm going to get to do my first college football, and I get to hang out with not Michael Hearn, the Michael Hearn. So yeah, so I'm telling you, I must be living right because I got the life, don't I?
That guy, I'll tell you what, him and his pro wrestling.
There you go. Yeah. Him and Raspberry too from the Standard. They're into that big time wrestling. And Hess back to pass, going to go, and it's bad at the line of scrimmage. And boy, I don't know who got it, but man, I think 56 got his hand on it.
Yeah, he did.
And that would be. I don't have a 56. Let's check out the Winners Quality Meats replay here, AJ, and see if we got the right number.
It might have been 50. No, nope, number 33.
Will Frimmel. I think 50 was trying to intercept it. He was. Okay. I saw that was number 50's Ian Holman. I saw him kind of hit the turf out of frustration. But Will Frimmel, 33, the defensive tackle, got his hand up on that. So 1:12 to go before half on the First National Bank scoreboard. And Marion Local, 2 receivers to the left. Laus kind of creeping in now, and Hess back to pass. Good protection, good time, rolls out, directing a little traffic, probably going to get a hold as Kyle Oddie comes down with it well downfield right in front of us, but I think this is coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back.
And this is going to be replay second down. And again, in high school football, the holding call is often the death knell of the offensive drive because it's a spot foul. And you see that flag is already 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a tough play. But once again, I mean, the offensive line gave him plenty of time to throw that ball and found his receiver, and that would have been a definite first down.
So out here in the land of the out here in the land of the cross-tip churches, God's country, as they say, it is second down and St. Sebastian for Marion Local, headed north here, as they've got some work to do.
You really pulled that one out.
I checked my geography before I arrived to make sure.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm just kind of funny that way. Or not. So Hess now rolls right. He's got a lead blocker in the form of Darren Meyer, and Meyer opens the hole. And Hess stays in bounds, stays on his feet, and he's come to play football, AJ, as he not only picks up 20 yards needed for a first down, but Marion Local interested in putting another score up. As you see him hurry up here after that first down.
He got 29. That was a nice run.
Hess now.
Oh, nice
circus catch right in front of us, Kyle Oddie. And that'll stop the clock for the movement to the chains as the officials will spot the ball at the Minster 35. And now Marion's got the Wildcats really on their heels, and Precision Strip will host another timeout for us as Tim Goodwin's going to go ahead and slow things down. And he's got 45 seconds to go here before half, and you can tell they want to punch one in.
Yeah. This is, they want to put this one to bed early, and I'll tell you what, if they score right here, it might just do that.
So great looking drive here as Tate Hess gets loose. He's done that a couple of times. They were 2nd and 20, and he picked up 29 on that. And he had a nice lead block in the form of a young man wearing shirt number 24, Darren Meyer, opening holes on that far side from where our cameras are. And Hess just went right up the sideline. Nice play.
We've talked about it. It's the fundamentals. I mean, that's what makes a team go from good to great. And, you know, you see it on the field. They do the little things that make them win games, and that's why they're champions. And, you know, that's a signal of a great program.
Absolutely. And Minster hasn't played particularly poorly by any stretch. Not a lot of mistakes, just a couple penalties just on that last drive. But it's just been guys winning their battles, execution, and so far that has gone the way of the Flyers. And so Marion Local is going to put Busher out on the eastern hash mark. Inside of him is Kyle Oddie. Now you see Darren Seitz in at running back. Drew Seitz, excuse me. Hess steps up to throw. He's looking at the end zone. He's got Oddie.
Oh, what a catch.
I don't know if they're going to give it to him. The back guy's behind him, and that's going to go in the books as a touchdown. But it looked like he juggled it a little bit as he went to the ground. And here comes your winners meets replay, AJ.
That's just a nice ball. And you look at that pass, Oddie just gets right underneath it, and I don't think that don't look like a bobble.
Oh,
there it is.
Eagle eye fry, baby. I actually saw one. So Marion Local going to go ahead and kick an extra point here. 26-0 on the First National Bank scoreboard. Did you see Hess read that O-line? The pocket started to pass him, so he kind of double clutch, stepped up, and dropped a dime back there. And Kyle Oddie with a circus catch, and there's your kick, and it is good off the foot of Carson Bills. And so at 37 ticks to go before half, the Marion Local Flyers up 27-0 over the Minster Wildcats here on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Welcome back to Booster Stadium, the battle of State Route 119, as these neighbors in faith, neighbors in friendship, neighbors in family, Minster and Marion Local, such tight-knit communities out here. Rivals on the football field, but boy, they spend a lot of time doing family things, AJ.
Oh, yeah.
Big families out here. And Marion Local right now taking it to their friends from Auglaize County, the Minster Wildcats, 27-0. As they put together a very quick, I want to say they got the ball with about $120. And they made Minster pay on a couple of long plays. Kyle Oddie, the star there, as Schmeezing bobbles that, picks it up, and gets out over the 10 before the Flyer special teams crew smothers him inside the 15. So Coach Whiting now with 30 seconds with which to work before the half.
Will he take a knee just going to halftime, or will he try to throw one down the field?
Tough to say.
Yeah.
But either way, the Flyers in command here, hitting on all cylinders, all facets of the game, both sides of the line of scrimmage starting to assert themselves. Minster's had some plays.
Yeah.
They've had some plays, but Marion has kept everything under control. It's very well played first half.
Bend, not break.
Right. So Steffi now on the shotgun, as is customary, and they'll give it to Bergman. And he's going to try to bounce it out the left side where the right end Aiden Eifert, senior outside linebacker, out there to drop Bergman for a loss of a yard.
And I would imagine that should.
I would assume that may do it for the half as the clock continues to run and nobody appears to be in any great hurry as Brogan Steffi walks back to face his teammates. And we are going to go ahead and put the first half in the books. So at the end of one half of play, the Marion Local Flyers 27, Minster Wildcats 0. We'll be back just prior to the start of the second half to catch you up on all the statistics with AJ Lisi. I'm Scott Fry. Thanks for joining us here on NKTelco Sports.
Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Welcome back to Booster Stadium. Scott Fry and AJ Lisi here, and it is time for the Wagner's IGA Halftime Stats Show. And I'm going to throw it over here to my man AJ Lisi to tell you how we got to our score of Marion Local 27, Minster 0.
You look at it, I mean, it's a balancing attack for Marion Local. 184 yards rushing, 116 through the air. I mean, they've thrown 3 touchdowns. I mean, it's been pretty much all Marion Local, but I mean, the score is 27-0. Minster hasn't played bad.
No, they haven't. Just Marion's kept them between the 20s.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, the passing attack from Minster, they got 94 yards passing through the air. But I mean, they haven't played bad. They've shown some stuff on defense. They made a 4th down stop against Marion Local. But it's just, I think the big thing looking at stats right now, Marion Local on 3rd down conversions is 5 of 9.
That's big.
That's a big stat right there.
Yep.
And
184 on the ground in a half of football. That's ball control. It's tough to get the offense going if you're Minster.
Yeah, and the one kid, I mean, we talked about Tate Hess. He's got 5 carries, 86 yards.
Right.
And that's a big number right there too.
Yep.
They've contained Meyer, they've contained Adi, but Adi, most of his damage has come through the air. I mean, he's caught a 14-yard touchdown pass, and he's caught a 35-yard touchdown pass. So.
And he threw a big pass on the opening drive for a first down.
The first play of the game, he threw a 52-yard pass play. So it's, I mean, we talked it off air. I mean, Marion Local just keeps filling that monster, and this is why they're state champ year after year after year. And you said it earlier. I mean, they just set the record for in most state titles.
Yeah, 12 state titles in football.
So I mean,
pretty darn impressive.
Marion Local football, I mean, you're seeing it right there tonight.
Yep, we are. So thanks to Wagner's IGA for their sponsorship of the halftime and post-game statistics discussion. We are underway. This is Caleb Kaus at the 10, crosses the 15 over the 20, and then the Flyers hem him in right at the 20-yard line, where Coach Whiting and the Wildcats will go to work. And so at this point, down 27-0, let's get something going positive. Let's head south. Let's get some first downs. Let's get a long scoring drive, keep the Flyers off the field, and get in the end zone. I'm sure that was a topic of discussion. And really, as you mentioned, AJ, it hasn't been that Minster hasn't played well. They have executed to a point, but Marion has won more of those man-on-man battles, at the point of attack. The tackles, breaking tackles on offense. There's been some really nice plays. Hess has gotten loose a few times. Adi's gotten loose a few times. And that's kind of been the difference. So here we go now. Minster's going to put 4 receivers. They're going to stack them on the right side. I haven't seen this year from Minster, so we'll see what we got. And he's looking right that way. And Steffi's going to throw an out. I think that's Webker over here on the near sideline, and it is. And that is going to fall incomplete. I had Webker stacked behind Kaus on the right side. And then 2 were in the pattern on the left side.
Good coverage by Marion Local. I mean, that was a tough pass to throw, but I don't think they were going to make that play because it was good coverage by Marion Local.
Yeah, Marion Local read that very well. Again, playing very disciplined. You said it best on that little stats report, as Marion Local has bent. They've given up a couple big plays, but they haven't broken, as you could see on the First National Bank scoreboard, by leading by a score of 27-0. And now the jet sweep for the Wildcats, and Marion Local all over that. Simon Partington brings down the running back John Keller, number 32, his first touch of the night, loss of 1.
Yeah, it's just good containment by the defensive line, especially the defensive end. Really couldn't go anywhere on that, and you get a loss of 1, and it's going to be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, out there on that right defensive end, Dan Bruns kind of shut the corner, which enabled Simon Partington, 62, then to trail, scrape off his block, and make a tackle. And now Minster faced with 3rd and 11 on their opening drive of the second half. And it just doesn't get any easier.
No. It's showing right now 1 of 3 on 3rd downs Minster was in the first half.
So 3 receivers right, and Marion Local coming at him with a lot of blue shirts, and you're going to get another false start. That's the 3rd penalty of the night called against Minster. That's the 3rd false start of the night. So that's got to make you want to pull your hair out if you're on the coaching staff over there, shooting yourself in the foot, making it tougher. Now 3rd and 16.
Yeah, these are, like we talked about, these are the little things that really hurt a team like Minster against a team like Marion Local. You can't make these mistakes, because you make these mistakes, you got a 27-0 ball game.
Absolutely, and I can understand Minster's trying to get back in pass block. You got guys coming at you. Somebody flinches. So Marion looks like they pull out of their blitz now. They got 3 guys, maybe 4 rushing. That's correct. Ball comes out, little wide receiver screen to Webker, and Marion Local with seemingly 13 guys on the field, so it looks, snuff that out. So everybody does a nice job of doing their job on defense for the Flyers, and we're going to see the second punt of the evening. I believe that's correct, as Brady Wolf comes out, the senior tight end, punter, D lineman, and back for the Flyers, Kyle Adi, and that's number 25, and then number 5, Nathan Busher. And the kick is going to come to the Busher side, a little short, takes a Wildcat bounce. Busher picks it up, and he is met immediately, makes a guy miss, and then 3 guys ride him out of bounds just over the midfield stripe, where Marion Local will take over 1st and 10. So we mentioned earlier the opening week of conference play here in the Midwest Athletic Conference, probably top to bottom. AJ, one of the toughest, if not the toughest conference in the state of Ohio. Part of the reason is you've got 3 divisions of football, and usually 2 divisions in all the other sports. But in football in particular, you've got 3 divisions, 5, 6, and 7 represented in the conference. And typically Marion will have 6, maybe 7 teams in the playoffs in those 3 divisions. Right. And this past year, you had Coldwater in D6 as a state runner-up, Versailles state champion D5, and then Marion D7 state champion. You're going to get a flag in the backfield as Adi tries to gain the right side. I'm going to guess this is going to be a holding call, and it is.
Yeah. Well, you look at it, I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that this conference is the best in the state of Ohio, because typically you're going to have 6, possibly 7 teams in the conference make the playoffs.
Well, and especially now with the expanded playoff format, you know, and the MAC teams, boy, they do well in the playoffs. Once, you know, once they get out of the conference and survive that, you know, they usually run roughshod over non-MAC opponents and then end up taking each other out.
Yeah,
you know, down in the kind of the regional finals, regional semis level. So now Marion with a first down. Sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong thing. A first down and 20. Little quick hitter up the middle. And that was Darren Meyer with the ball. Gain of about 2.
Yeah, it looks like their bread and butter play. It looked like the dive play, and they got 5 yards off it. And once again, I mean, still 2nd and 15. They still have a shot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Nathan Busher brings the play in, wearing jersey number 5. He's going to come out here wide left. In the slot, that is number 34, Drew Louse. And he will go in motion, jet sweep formation. Hess keeps it. What a good-looking quarterback. Now he's kind of running, got some pressure. He's flushed towards us. He's going to pull it down and cross midfield, and still ends up picking up about 5 yards. The coverage there that time for the Wildcats doing the job as Webker and Niemeyer back there on the corners.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got 6 yards, and, you know, this is 3rd down and manageable. I mean, I think Minster needed to push them back a little further to make it a 3rd and long, but, I mean, once again, I mean, Marion Local's just doing a good job, you know, containing things, you know, doing the little things that we talked about.
Doing the fundamentals.
That just makes them a good team.
So they've regained the penalty yardage, and now we got the jet sweep, and this time they will give it to Louse. He gets a head of steam around the right side. Look to go in a crease in the middle, bounce it outside, and he's going to hit pay dirt. He is going to the house, to the hangers, they say here in Maria Stein, Ohio. And just like that, Louse takes it about 47, 49 yards to pay dirt.
I think it was 48.
Around the corner he goes. Here you see on the replay, you saw him. He's going to turn left and head up inside. There it is. And I'm going to try it out here. And that was the end of it, man. He got around the corner, and he can go for a big boy. Man, he can pick him up and put him down now. That's a sophomore running back, wow. 6 foot 180. So, you know, Marion Local doesn't do rebuild. They do reload.
Yeah.
The depth here is amazing. Boys getting into this program as 7th graders. Again, we talked before the game about the success, and now we've got a flag, and it's going to be an offsides against the Wildcats. 8:27 to go here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard, and Marion with their first opportunity in the second half on offense.
Yeah, and right now with this score, that's going to make a running clock.
It sure is, yeah.
The rules of the Ohio Athletic Association, so...
And the kick is up. The kick is good. So with 8.5 to go on a running clock scoreboard here at Booster Stadium in Maria Stein, it's the Flyers 34 and the Minster Wildcats 0 here on NKTelco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back to Booster Stadium. Scott Fry along with AJ Lisi. Really happy to bring you high school football MAC style tonight on NKTelco Sports, and the Flyers all over cross-county rivals as Minster travels to Mercer County. And you're going to get a kick out of bounds, and that will be a penalty against the Flyers. And I believe that brings the ball to the 35.
Yep.
So good starting field position on this drive, and Minster just needs to stop the bleeding, get some first downs, give their defense a chance to breathe a little bit, and get something on the board here against this stingy Flyers defense.
Yeah, I mean, just get something going. I mean, you're going to start seeing some substitutions here coming here pretty soon for Marion Local because they like to rotate a lot of people in. But I mean, just give it a little confidence booster going into next week, because they travel up to
Allen County, Putnam County, or Van Wert County. I don't know where Stadium Park is, which county it's in up there, but it's in Delphus.
Yeah.
Right in town there, and they're going to head up and take on the Blue Jays, who are in Versailles tonight. And there's a wide open pitch and catch to Niemeyer, and he's streaking down the far sidelines, and he runs right by the defense. Oh, nice shoestring tackle. Ryan Holman, the sophomore DB over there playing safety, catches Nemo by the foot, and Niemeyer's got a big Minster first down, as you see on the replay here, as Brogan Steffi hits him in stride.
Looked like a miscommunication on who had who, and I mean, Steffi did a nice job reading that and just threw it out there and let him go.
Nice pitch and catch. So Minster in business now inside the red zone. And just like that, Marion Local says, okay, fine, as Darren Meyer, the senior linebacker, comes in and sacks Steffi. So that's going to back him up about 7 yards or so and put him at the 20. So again, Minster with a nice strike. Steffi to Niemeyer. But they need to capitalize on this and get one in the end zone here. Absolutely. Minster's going to return home to Memorial Stadium and take on the Fort Recovery Indians, who are currently hosting the Coldwater Cavaliers. Coldwater was up 21-0 at the half in that one. And we've got all sorts of things going on here, so we're going to see a little laundry. 6:22, clock continues to run, as AJ mentioned. The running clock by OHSAA rules, when a team gets over 30. If Minster can score, that will stop the running clock, because that will then bring the lead under 30. So second down and Osgood to go here for the Wildcats. Looks like 2nd and 21, long way to go. But really, they just need to get in the end zone here.
Yeah, I think that's Chickasaw, not Osgood.
All right, Steffi back to pass. Here comes the blitz. Guys leave their feet.
Oh, boy.
And, boy, the D-line just smothers Brogan Steffi, and he loses some more yardage at the hands of Simon Partington, number 62, linebacker number 46, Ethan Heitkamp, a sophomore, getting reps for Coach Goodwin.
Man, that was just more like a jailbreak blitz again.
They sent the house, yeah.
Yeah, they were bringing everybody on that.
Well, they've probably got it on film that when you can get up in Brogan Steffi's face while he's in the pocket, good things happen if you're playing defense. If he escapes, it hurts. He can hurt you. And here they come again on the jailbreak. Niemeyer turns around at the last second, and man, oh man, a train wearing number 30, Nick Ranley, hammered Brogan Steffi as he released the ball. Clean hit football play, no problem there, but no chance there as Minster burns a precision strip timeout to stop the clock. 4:55 as they're going to have 4th down and 21 as the Flyer defense asserts itself here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want them to score. And I tell you what, Marion Locals looked at it and said, you know what, we're going to stop them right here. They're not getting in that end zone.
Yep.
Let's bring everybody.
Yep, no love lost here between these programs, these athletes. Big rivalry. Almost every week seems like in the MAC there's a rivalry. A lot of these teams have been playing each other for 40 years. The conference has been around, I want to say 46, 47 years, something along those lines. And these programs know each other well. The families know each other well, and there's always a lot on the line with these games. It's the same for most.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I mean, that's why you like Friday Night Lights. I mean,
absolutely,
just because of the atmosphere. And you know, this is one of my favorite times of year with college football, with high school football. You love it. I mean, you look at tomorrow. We've already talked about Ohio State playing tomorrow. I mean,
that's right. 'Tis the season.
How many people you know are going down to that game? I know a lot of people.
Yep, absolutely. Buckeyes looking to make another bid for a national title with that high-powered offense, C.J. Stroud and company. And here comes the heat. And once again, Steffi nowhere to go. And boy, oh boy. I mean, that's as good as a great punt return right there.
Yeah.
As Marion Local ends up with great field position. They're going to give Brogan Steffi forward progress to about the 37, and the Flyers will take over 1st and 10.
I mean, they just corner blitz right there. Nobody touched them, and wow.
Well, good athletes here in the blue and gold. Yeah, they're making them pay. So now we're going to start to see some different numbers get on the field for the Flyers. 4:29 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. This is number 12, wide left. Owen Moeller out here, the senior wideout. And Hess under center, gives it to the up back. He'll drag the pile for about 3. I didn't see who that was.
37? No.
46, Ethan Heitkamp.
Yeah.
Linebacker on defense, also a running back, sophomore. Bringing in the play, Ryan Holman. And he will take over the quarterbacking duties for Tate Hess. So nice first half of football and a drive in the second half. And the future of Flyer football, number 6, Ryan Holman, the sophomore, quarterback in under center. And a little toss out there to number 45. He turns upfield inside the right tackle. That is Parker Hess, sophomore running back. Rips off some yardage out to the 46, and now you've got third down and short for Tim Goodwin and the Flyers.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice 5-yard gain. But once again, another running back. Nice looking running back, looked pretty big.
Yep.
And
yeah, Parker Hess, sophomore, 5 foot 10 inches, 160. Big tall kid, plays linebacker. So the backs are Ethan Heitkamp, number 46, Parker Hess, number 45 behind. Second string quarterback, Ryan Holman, and the give is to number 45, Hess, and he plows forward into the second level of the Wildcat defense, and that's another Flyer first down as the clock continues to run here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. And Marion Local will take their time. They've got 25 seconds to go on the 45-second clock. New tight end in there. Looks like number 85, Austin Niekamp. Just a little 6'7" guy, 200 pounds. Good grief. And the up back with the call. He'll gain about 3 right out to the 45 of Minster. That's Heitkamp. That tight end over there, 85, 6'7", 200 pounds. He's just a sophomore.
That's a big sophomore.
Austin Niekamp. Big boy.
Yes, it is.
And Owen Moeller will run the play in. Under 2 minutes now in the third. So Marion Local goes to St. John's, and they come home to face the New Bremen Cardinals, who are having success up in Rockford tonight. Last score I saw was 28-0 after an opening drive touchdown by the Cardinals, who have not been scored on yet this season. And he gets loose. Mr. Hess, ball tight and high down the left sideline and in for the score, 45 yards. And just like that, Marion Local punches another one in.
Wow. He got to that hole quick, and
yeah, boy,
it didn't take him long.
Not at all. Here comes your replay. Watch how high and tight he carries that ball. He's the second back, little toss through the hole.
Wow.
A couple missed tackles later, and he's gone. Yeah, nice run for the sophomore. Parker Hess. Don't know if he is related to the senior signal caller Tate Hess. And it looks like there was some
was there a flag?
Flaggage on the play. I did not see that. So they're going to bring that back, and it'll be second down all over again. 2nd and 12. Must have been a 5-yard penalty. Oh, it was holding downfield.
Oh, wow.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's why the odd yardage, because it was a 7-yard penalty. So the penalty must have happened at the 43, 44, and now the ball is spotted at the 49. Oh, nice play action. I didn't even see that he had the ball. Holman throws downfield to the big 6'7" tight end, and it's intercepted by Caleb Kaus, and he's going to be run out of bounds. So if he gets that throw up a little higher, it's money.
Yeah,
he's got a 6'7" dude.
Yeah, he was looking for that tight end.
On a 5'9" dude.
You look at this replay, nice play action.
He hit that ball really well, and it looks like it just kind of slipped out of his hand.
Yeah.
And fluttered on him. And
it was a little behind him, too. Yep. If he'd lead that a little more, I think he would have had him.
So Caleb Kaus comes down with the first turnover of the night, and it goes the way of the Wildcats, and they stop what could have been a scoring drive. There was a penalty, a holding call that brought the touchdown back, and then an interception. So the Wildcats in business. Steffi with the give to Bergman. Bergman tries to pick his way and gains about 2 before he is hammered by Luke Webker, number 54. And I'll bring up 2nd down and 8 as the third quarter comes to an end. So on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard after 3, the Marion Local Flyers 34, the Minster Wildcats 0 here on NKTelco Sports.
Households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get NKTelco high-speed internet with speeds up to 1 gig. Call 1-888-NKTelco today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
I am embarrassed to say I've never had a pizza from Keyhole Pizza. I need to amend that. It's Chunky Bob, starring in his own commercials, and man, that pizza looks good. So, fourth quarter of play here is Marion Local with a commanding lead. And a 5-yard run for, I think that was Justin Bergman for the Wildcats as they trail 34-0. We've got a running clock here in the heart of Mac Country, Booster Stadium, Maria Stein, Ohio. So we're talking about schedules. Marion Local, again, they're going to drive up to St. John's. They host the New Bremen Cardinals. Then it's off to Versailles. So 2 tough ones in a row, back to back. Then they host the Fort Ray Recovery Indians. And then off to Anna, come home for St. Henry, and then they travel to Coldwater. And there's a nice pass breakup, almost an interception. Carter Jones breaks that up. The intended receiver was Andy Peppelman. So that's going to be 4th down and 5 as Coach Whiting and company going to go for it out here, trying to get something going. Would love to punch one in and break up this shutout.
Right.
Minster hosts Fort Recovery, then they head over to Anna. No weeks off in the MAC. Come back, they host the St. Henry Redskins. Then they travel up to Rockford, take on Parkway. They host St. John's. Then up to New Bremen for the Battle of State Route 66 and all the bragging rights associated with that. And then they close hosting the Brazils Tigers. And here comes the blitz. And Steffi evades that, rolls out. Nice pass. He hits Brady Wolf down to the 50, and that's going to be very close. Based on where the judges are running out there, I'd say he might be a whisker short. And it looks like they're going to
give it to him.
Oh, look at that spot right on the 50-yard line. That looks like a favorable spot. And even up 34-0, the fans are going to let you know what they think of a spot. And it is 1st down Wildcats as Brady Wolf manages to pick up that nice pass. Steffi got flushed early, rolled to his right. And very nice throw on the run. So that little cluster formation with Frimmel and Bergman. Bergman to take it, follows Frimmel. And tough sledding inside. Number 58 up in there causing problems. That's Wyatt Greenwood for the Flyers.
Man, they're still yelling that play.
A lot of good eyes up here in the home stands. Able to spot that spot. Well, it was funny. The side judges were coming in half a yard short, but the ball ended up right on the 50, and that was just enough for 1st down yardage. So,
from what I saw, that the lean in was pretty good to give it over the line. So
I didn't have a good look at it. So makes no difference what you and I say, sir. And now Bergman's going to go up the middle, and there's nothing. Nothing. So the Flyers slam the door in there, helping out. Number 6, Cole Steinbrenner. 58, Wyatt Greenwood. 44 now left end. That's Benton Seitz, sophomore. And still in there on the right end, Dan Bruns. So Marion Local hitting on all cylinders tonight for Coach Goodwin. The thing that strikes me is the versatility of that offense.
Yeah.
The different formations. That Wildcat with Kyle Oddie gives them so many options.
Oh, they're going to be a tough out.
They sure are. Marion now with the blitz. They flush Steffi. He's going to float one out here to Charlie Schmiesing, excuse me. Covered pretty well there by number 27, Devin Francis, and number 11, Carson Bills. And Schmiesing up a little bit slow. He looks to be okay. 6'2", 200-pounder. Does a nice job on the defensive end on defense. So 4th down and 9 at the Marion Local 49, 7:45 and running here in the final stanza. And make sure you stick around for a few minutes after this one goes final, because AJ will come back with the Wagner's IGA statistical report.
It is exciting
here. I mean, it is exciting.
It is.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat for that. And now we're going to get a precision strip timeout taken by the Minster Wildcats. So another great night of MAC action. Give you a couple of scores, and I do realize this is tape delay by the time you're watching it, but if you haven't heard what's happening around the MAC, I can tell you that the New Bremen Cardinals are up over Parkway 34-0 in the third.
Yeah, Walpock St. Mary's tied at 22.
Excellent game going on up there in St. Mary's on the turf. Elida 21-12. One of my favorite albums, 2112, by the trio, the power trio from Canada Rush. But at any rate, Elida 21-12 over Ottawa Glandorf. That's a big one up there in the WBL. Elida off to a great start. OG, interesting. I was listening to some discussion earlier, local radio. OG started off 0-2 last year, and then beat Elida week 3 and went on a tear and had a nice playoff run. But as it stands right now,
they were state semifinals last year.
Passes separated from the back. Bergman never really had a shot at that. I mean, even if he'd have caught that, that would have been well short of a first down. So Steffi's pass falls harmlessly to the turf, as they say, and the Flyers get a warm welcome as they come off the field, and the offense takes over, and now we'll get even more clean blue shirts here as they go deeper into the roster for Coach Goodwin's squad. I think we have another quarterback, I believe number 21, Braden Pavelka. He's in the books as a wide receiver. Now he's coming over here.
Looks like number 6
to see us, and so yeah, it looks like Ryan Homan is coming back out. My bad. I got all excited there.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah,
it happens. So the Flyers break the huddle. We got the same two backs again. Parker Hess, number 45, the tailback. The up back is 44 now. Excuse me. And he gets the ball. That is Benton Seitz, and he moves the pile about 4 yards, almost 5. As the Flyers at this point just trying to get out of here healthy and move on, as they're going to have to prepare to make the trip north. Probably their longest drive of the year in the conference, as they go up to Stadium Park to take on Delta St. John's Blue Jays.
Well, I don't know. Were they at Macomb last week?
You know, no, that game was here.
Was that game here?
Yep,
okay.
That game was here. Yep.
Because that would have been a long drive.
And for anybody interested in Toledo area football, my alma mater, the Northwood Rangers, are leading Lakota 6-0, in case anybody really cares. And this is Parker Hess, and he is met by a host of Wildcats led by number 57, James Bainline, and we got some flags holding on the offense.
Good old Northwood.
Good old Northwood, home of the Rangers.
Yeah. Used to work for Wonder Bread Hostess Cake, and their branch was in Northwood.
Yes, sure was, right there on Woodville Road.
That's right.
I know it well. Yep, that's where I went to high school, is right there by the branch.
High school's right there.
Yep.
Well, the bakery was in Northwood too.
Oh, it smelled so good. Yeah.
Oh, I've been in there plenty of times.
So the Flyers break their huddle. They send out number 26 wide to the left. That's Ben Ranley. In the slot, number 20, Victor Holscher. And then the two backs, and I'll tell you this up back, this number 44 is a big boy, and he lowers his pads, and he gets, about 8 yards there out to the 50, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 9, so they get back inside the sticks at least. 5:02 to go as the Flyers continue to rotate players in and out. Very, very large roster here. Again, when you establish a culture of winning, everybody wants to be a part of that. And it just, when you get to play 15 weeks of football a year, right? 10 in the regular season, 5 in the playoffs, now 16 weeks of football. That's 5 extra weeks of practice. It's every 2 years, that's an additional season worth of reps. And then when you get into games like this, and you get another flag, you get into games like this as Parker Hess with the ball, where you get your JVs getting reps in real minutes against, some starters and some twos on the opposing side. That's where that depth of program and that skill set develops. And that, so your success just builds on success. I know a lot of people criticize the playoff expansion to the additional week where more schools can get in, but I have not talked to a football coach yet who wasn't in favor of that for that very reason right there with the extra week of reps and the fact that it feels good to make the playoffs and play in week 11. Now again, it's not unlike volleyball and basketball tournaments as you get a little run up the middle there where, the lowest seeded team is going to have to deal with the top seeded teams. And so the first week of games may not be as competitive as the fans would like to see, but it's that extra week of practice for those playoff teams and the extra game situation that can help you build your program, and the Flyers are going to go ahead and punt.
That goes along with what was agreed upon in college football today. I mean, now they're looking to expand that playoff to 12, which I think benefits every single school in Division I.
Absolutely. Aiden Eifert's punt will carry him out of bounds. So Minster will start this drive with 3:06 to go. Clock stops briefly at the change of possession. We'll go ahead and keep it here. And Minster's going to run their offense back out onto the field.
Yeah, it gives that Cinderella team a chance. I mean, the Cincinnati's, the Utahs.
Absolutely.
Even the Boise States. It gives them an opportunity to compete at that high level.
Yep.
And when I was in school, I mean, the top 4 teams in each region made the playoffs. It was tough to make the playoffs.
Absolutely was. Cole Richard now the signal caller for the Wildcats. He's got one receiver left, one right, and he's going to give the ball to number 32. That is John Keller, and he will be met in the Wildcat backfield as we've essentially kind of flipped to a JV game as these two teams will face off probably in Minster tomorrow morning in the dewy grass on a Saturday game at the JV level. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what college football looks like in the coming years. I think it's going to change fast and hard. You see now USC and UCLA part of the Big Ten. That's exciting in football, but what does that mean for basketball and softball and track meets?
Well, they're not done. I mean, they're looking at Oregon. They're looking
the
at
Pac-10
Washington.
is about to dissolve.
Yeah.
And now he pulls it down and runs. Ooh, he is met hard by Benton Seitz. That is Cole Richard, the sophomore signal caller. And now you're going to get a late flag in there as he's dropped in the backfield. Looked like he's trying to run that read option offense. Decided to pull it down, and staying home in his outside linebacking position was sophomore Benton Seitz. 6 foot, 175. They grow him big out here in Mercer County. Man. And you see 85 there up on the Marion D-line. Austin Heitkamp, 6'7", 200. Man, if he can play ball, think about the wingspan at the left D end. He's a sophomore. Boy, oh boy.
I'm looking at it as basketball. I'm a basketball coach. I look at that 6'7". Holy cow.
Yep. Well, you'll get your chance here in a couple of months.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so the Wildcats with 3 receivers left, 1 right, and a quick little pass and completion is made, but the Marion local defense doing a nice job of staying home. Pass is complete to number 26. That's sophomore Will Kanapke in there on the tackle for the Flyers. That is number 15, Griffin Bruns. And he had a little help from the safety, 27, Devin Francis. As we are under a minute to go here in this one, so make sure you get your pencil sharp. We would like to thank Bruce and Deb Monin from the Minster staff for helping us with statistics and things. Always a pleasure to do Minster games because the Monins are at the helm when it comes to generating game stats.
Oh, I do my own stats, but I just compare. And I'll tell you what,
check them against the Monins.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So Richard rolls out right, throws downfield, wide open to number 11. That's Caleb Kaus. And that will be a gain of about 7. But with 4th down and 10 to go, that will be another turnover on downs for the Wildcats. And so Marion Local will take over with 15 seconds left on the First National Bank scoreboard. Once again, please do not go away. We're going to give you final statistics with AJ here on the Wagner's IGA, kind of a stats wrap-up show. And we would certainly love to thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us on a Friday night. And that will do it. They're not even going to run another play as time runs off. So one last time on the First National Bank scoreboard, the Marion Local Flyers all over the Minster Wildcats in opening week of Midwest Athletic Conference play. Your final score from Marion Local, 34-0. Don't go away. When we come back, all your stats with AJ Lisi on the Wagner's IGA Stats Report here on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
Welcome back to Booster Stadium here in Maria Stein. As you get a good shot of the end zone there, the victorious Flyers went down to collect another winning version of the alma mater from the marching band, and they put this one away early. 34-0 your final score on the First National Bank scoreboard. I'm going to throw it to AJ Lisi with our final stats, courtesy of Wagner's IGA.
Well, you look at it, and this is what Wally Wagner paid for, is my post-game show.
Your awesomeness. Yes, sir.
But as far as Marion Local, I mean, it was another dominating game for Marion Local. I mean, total yards 393, rushing 224, very balanced offensive attack. I mean, quarterback Hess did a great job. Adi, you got Darren Meyer. You had a string of running backs that can run the ball. For the Minster Wildcats, they didn't play a bad game. I mean, once they got down, I mean, you know, they felt the pressure. I mean, that one drive, the first drive in the second half, I mean, they threw a nice pass, got down, and all of a sudden it was jailbreak. I mean, they went down and pretty much took care of that drive. But once again, I mean, it's a learning experience for Minster. I think they did not play a bad game, but once again, Marion Local shows why they're one of the top teams in the state of Ohio.
Absolutely. So congratulations to Coach Tim Goodwin and company on a very big win, and they're going to take on Duffield St. John's up to the north next week, as Minster will be home to face the Fort Recovery Indians. So one last piece of business we like to always do with our games is the NKTelco player of the game, AJ, and who did we go with tonight?
You had to go with Kyle Adi. I mean, all around, first play of the game, throws a 52-yard pass. He had 3 touchdowns tonight, 1 run, 2 pass catches. Once again, great job by Kyle Oddie.
Yeah, so congratulations to number 25, Kyle Oddie. And I believe he is a junior on this roster, so still good stuff to look forward to from him, and that is correct. So the NKTelco player of the game, Kyle Oddie. And one last time, the final score here from Booster Stadium, the Marion Local Flyers 34, the Minster Wildcats 0. I'd like to thank AJ Lisi to my right. I'd like to thank our camera operators, Mr. Aaron Ritter and James Miller, and of course our illustrious producer, technical director, you name it, he's doing it down in the van, my friend and yours, Mr. Scott Robinson. Thanks for joining us tonight on NKTelco Sports.